Sunday funny?
Yes.
You know, on Sunday the yoke was on Sarah. Yeah, so to speak. Okay, so the reason I had you come to this room is because this is one of the rooms where you're going to be spending time. There are two things that you do in this room. One thing is, you'll notice in the back, you came in, what did you hear? When you came in, what did you hear?
I heard a person speaking.
What were they speaking?
No idea. Prayers.
Were they speaking in Spanish?
No. They were speaking in Hebrew.
They were speaking in Hebrew, they were. And what were they saying?
Prayers.
They were saying blessings, actually. And blessings is one of the things that you're going to be learning how to do in the very next Ramah that you're going to be working on. Everyone has a folder, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to open the folder and take out what's in there.
They're like 5.
Okay?
Yeah. Ramah 3.
Everything. Take it all out. Take it all out. And on the very top, what does it say?
Ramah 3.
Okay, now would someone read for me what it says? In order to pass this Ramah, you must... Who wants to read that? Yeah. What's your name?
Haley. Haley.
Kelly.
Haley.
Haley.
Go ahead.
Number 1, complete the required activities. Number 2, read Hebrew for your teacher. Number 3, pass the written test.
So there's a few things that you have to do in order to go from Ramah level 3 to Ramah level 4. Okay? And which means that what you have in front of you are all of the activities that you're going to have to complete in order to take the test, which you take in this room, to get to the next Ramah, which is Ramah 4. So you're starting at Ramah 3. Okay? Where should you expect to be at the end of the year? Now, I'll tell you how many Ramot there are. Ramot, by the way, is plural for Ramah. There are 23 Ramot. But you're starting at 3, so that for you there are only 20. So, how far do you think we expect you to get between now and the end? You guys already know the answer.
6.
6. 6. You mean you finish 6 Ramot?
Should you mean you finish on Ramah 6 by the end of the year?
Yeah.
You know, you heard me on Sunday. That's
Yeah.
right. Good. Excellent. Okay, so here's the thing. We would expect that everyone here would finish Ramah 3, Ramah 4, and Ramah 5. Now, I will tell you, some 4th graders last year finished Ramah 3, Ramah 4, Ramah 5, Ramah 6, and some even Ramah 7. It all depends on you. You're the one who will decide how much you're able to accomplish, because you just don't get through the Ramah unless you actually learn the Ramah. Because at the end of the Ramah, Helen and I, you know our names, right?
Yeah.
What's my name?
Howard.
Okay. Helen and I are going to be testing you at the end of every Ramah to make sure that you know what's in your Ramah so that you can get to the next one. Now, when you pass your Ramah, we do a little dance. We say some nice things to you. We give you a big mazel tov. And I send home something to your parents telling them how proud we are that you've completed your Ramah and you're on to the next Ramah.
And we make an announcement.
And we make an announcement at the end of the day.
I heard this last year.
Yeah.
So everybody can be excited for you.
That's right. So we want to be very proud of you because it's an accomplishment to get through them. Yes.
What happens if you don't pass the test?
Ah. You know, have you seen in the woods, there are a number of students.
You know, this is going on tape there, Helen.
That's okay. We don't do that. What do you think?
Well,
Everybody
Yes.
passes the tests because we make sure that you're able to pass that test, so nobody has to worry.
Right.
It may take you a little
May
longer
take a little
than
longer.
somebody else,
Right.
but you will pass the test. We promise. We haven't had yet, I don't think, a student who has not passed
That's true.
a test
That's true.
to go on to the next.
And we have different ways in which we can help you to pass the test. We will give you extra help. We will give you study guides. We will give you materials to take home. So there's always a lot of different ways and a lot of different things we do to help you to make sure that you move on to the next Ramah and to learn your Hebrew and to learn your prayers.
That's why it's very important that if you're really having problems, really, difficulty in passing a Ramah or in completing the work of a Ramah, that you talk to one of your teachers, because we're here to help you get through the remote so that you will learn things and learn to read well. It's not because we want to sit there and say, oh, she got this wrong or he got that wrong. That's not our purpose. We want to see what you've gotten right, okay? So, and there's no passing grades. You have to get 85 or 95. You'll see how the tests are once you start them. It's not so difficult. The remote themselves get harder with each one, each level that you go up. 3 is easier than 4, 4 is easier than 5, but, you build on what you've learned.
And
So
we're here to help you with all of
It's fun,
that.
actually. Our kids really like it for the last number of years that we've been using it.
Yes, we have to. Now, I'm about to give you something which is going to go into the very first page of your binder. It's called a daily greet. Does anyone know what a greet is?
No.
What's a
A
greet?
schedule?
No, it's not a schedule, but
It's close. It's a good guess.
it's a good guess. Greet. Anyone? Yeah.
Covenant?
Covenant.
Dylan, 105
Excellent.
points. Well done.
It's a covenant. It's an agreement. God made a covenant with the Jewish people. He made an agreement with the Jewish people. You're going to make an agreement between you and your teacher.
Me?
You and you and you and you and every person in here. You're going to make an agreement. And that agreement is going to say that when you come into class, you're going to sit down with your teacher and Jesse or Robert, or it could be any of the other teachers, and you're going to agree to do a certain amount of activities during that particular day. Okay? Now this is just to get you started, because we want to make sure that we keep everyone on track when you're first beginning your new Ramah. So I'm going to give this out to you, and you'll take a look at it. You're going to put it right in the very front of your prayer binder, okay? Guys, you just want to...
Howard, now that's something that's going to go home, right?
Yeah,
And what happens when we take that home?
that's a great question, Jessica. I'm going to wait till everyone has one, so
Then
to
I'm-
keep everyone on track and to make sure that everyone keeps moving forward, everyone progresses. So you make an agreement, that you're going to complete a certain number of activities during the day. You make that agreement with Jesse, or with Robert, or with Hannah, or with Edith, or with anybody, or with Simone, and you write down which activities you're going to be completing, and you try to complete them. At the end of the day, every time you complete an activity, the teacher will sign it. At the end of the day, you'll look over this little assessment, which talks about what you were able to accomplish and how well you accomplished it, or whether it was hard or whether it was easy, and then you sign it on the bottom. You bring this home, and who signs right under you? Parent. And then it comes back. So it stays in your binder, and you bring it back to the teacher who gave it to you. It's one of the ways in which we make sure that you're not having any problems. Yeah.
Every day is a new one.
Yes, every day would be a new one, but it's not going to be for the whole year. As soon as everyone decides, and when I say everyone, the whole team of teachers, that you don't need to have a daily greet, that you're okay to just work on your own because we know that you can progress at a very good rate, then you wouldn't have a daily greet. If you're having difficulty and we think you need something to help keep you on task, then we would continue with a daily greet. It all depends. So, we take our red binders home. We bring our red binders back. In our red binders, we're going to have the prayers that we are going to be learning in each Ramah. So, Ramah 3 is an introduction. When you get to Ramah 4, you're going to have copies of the blessings, the brachot, so that you can practice during the week. When you get to Ramah 5, you'll have the Kiddush, and that will go into your binder. The other tab in your binder is for homework. Ooh. How many people love homework? How many people love homework?
Sometimes when I'm bored.
Okay, so here's the thing. Except today, you're not getting any homework today? Fine. Beginning next week, you're going to get some homework, and the homework's going to go into the binder.
Do we get homework on Sundays?
Not usually, no. Not usually, right?
Do we have to bring our binder on Sundays?
Yes. the
Good
binders-
question, Erica.
On Sundays, no.
Oh, okay.
Binders will be coming only
Do we
during
have
the
to
week.
bring folders on Sundays?
Hold on. So, homework. You get your homework, you put it in the binder. You'll do it during the week. And your teachers will explain to you exactly how homework works when you get back to your classroom later. Okay? Now, there's something else that we left in front of you. Hold up your ringing cards. There you go. Okay, those are going to be your vocabulary flashcards. You're going to have activities where you're going to be learning new Hebrew words, and most of those words are going to relate to the prayers or blessings that you're learning. So in order to help you learn the words better and to build up your Hebrew vocabulary, you're going to be using these flashcards. These are going to go in your binder, but before you put them in your binder, on the very first card, write your name, full name. Okay?
Getting a lot of name writing practice today.
Right on the first card.